Timmy, look, will you and Lassie wait out here first, please? We'll just be a minute.
Okay, Mom.
All right.
Well, hello there. You getting your shopping done?
What happened?
Lassie pushed a little girl out of the way of that truck.
The dog saved my baby's life. It was my fault. I just wasn't watching. I'm sorry.
Well, Lassie may be badly hurt. You better get her to Doc Weaver right away. Thank heaven he's close by.
Well, I'll get the car.
Don't worry, Lassie. You'll be all right.
Where are you taking her?
To be x-rayed.
Excuse me, ma'am. You must be the Martins, the owner of the dog that saved the little girl?
Yes, we are.
Well, I'm Al Bronson, reporter for the Capital City Spectator.
Oh, how do you do?
How do you do? I brought you something, young fella. This. I got most of the story from Mrs. Bailey. What's your dog's name, son?
Lassie. And this is her present.
Wow, Lassie, that's a good name for a good dog. What does the vet say about her condition?
Oh, I'm sure she'll be all right.
Of course she will. Well, Mrs. Martin, if you don't mind, I think I'll just stick around for a while, huh?
Here, you go sit down.
Say, Timmy, did you ever hear a story of a dog named Balto? There's a big statue of him in Central Park in New York City.
A statue of a dog?
Mm-hmm. You see, he was a dog hero, too. Now, the children in Nome, that's a city in Alaska, were terribly sick. The only medicine was 650 miles away. Well, now, this was snow country. The only way to get that medicine to Nome was by dog sled. So they got teams of dogs, and they arranged for relays, and Balto was to carry the next to the last. Then a blinding storm came up, and he never met the team that was to relieve him. But half frozen and weary, Balto carried that precious diphtheria serum to Nome. And he saved all those children's lives.
I bet Lassie would have done that, too. Is she all right?
I can't tell yet, Timmy. We'll have to wait until the x-rays are developed. As soon as I see the plates, I'll call you.
She's moving. You're gonna be all right.
Well, now, looks like Lassie's ready to speak for herself.
Let me take her home, please. That's where she belongs.
You might as well. She'll be a lot happier there.
Will you call as soon as you've seen the x-rays?
The first thing. I'll wheel her down the hall while you drive the car around, Paul.
We enjoyed your story, Mr. Bronson. You must come out to the farm and see us sometime.
Thanks, I'll do that.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, Timmy, you take good care of that dog, and remember to read the Spectator. Your name is going to be in it tomorrow.
Gosh. And Lassie's, too?
Mm-hmm. In big headlines, just like Balto.
Gee, thanks. And thanks for finding this, too.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you and Lassie, Timmy.
I think she'll be more comfortable if we here in the kitchen.
Yeah, that way we can keep an eye on her.
And Lassie will be happy, too, because she'll be close to us all. How's Lassie? Doc Weaver said she's gonna be fine. Mike wasn't gonna give Lassie her present until Christmas, but we thought it might cheer her up. Gosh, she doesn't act so good. Will she be able to go caroling with us tomorrow night? Of course she will. Boy, will we have a time. First, we'll stop at Mrs. Woodruff's. She makes a swell mince pie, remember? I sure do. Then we'll go to Willie Brewster's. They always have hot crullers. I had 2 of them last year. Then we'll visit the Simmons and fill up on gingerbread Santa Clauses. I hope Mrs. Brown has those candied apples. Boy, I can hardly wait. We'll be by about sundown. You and Lassie be ready. We will. Bye. Bye, Boomer. Come on, Mike.
Bye, Boomer.
Bye, Mrs. Martin. Christmas is the very best part of the whole year. Don't you think so, Mom?
Yes, dear. Christmas is a wonderful time of the year.
I want Lassie to enjoy it, too.
She will, dear.
Well, if we want to get a nice full tree, we better get started before there's nothing left but stumps.
Yeah, and I got a beauty spotted over by the huckleberry patch. What do you say, boy?
The fresh air will do you a lot of good.
You go ahead, dear. I'll keep an eye on Lassie for you.
All right, then I'll go. I'll get my coat.
It'll keep his mind off Lassie, at least for a while.
Bye, Lassie. Remember? Last year you said I'd be big enough this year to carry the axe.
We sure did, and you sure can.
Bye, Mom.
Come on, boy.
Bye. Get well, Lassie. Please get well. Timmy needs you. And so do we. Oh, hello, Frank.
Ruth? How is she?
Well, there doesn't seem to be any change.
Huh?
Have you seen the x-rays?
Brought him with me.
What do they show?
There's definite pressure there. Yeah. See this light area here?
Mm-hmm.
It's in a bad spot.
Doc Weaver's here.
Timmy, maybe you better take the axe in the barn before you come in.
Okay.
This other one here, same thing, a different angle. Paul, Uncle Petrie,
Doc?
What's the word?
it's not good.
How bad?
She's got to have an operation.
What does that mean?
Well, that means I've got to fix Lassie up. Make her well again. Oh, I got a copy of the Capital City Spectator here, Timmy. Your name is in it. Uncle Petrie, why don't you take Timmy in the other room and read him all about it, hmm?
Huh? Oh, yeah, I'd sure like to read that story myself. Timmy, what do you say you and me go in the parlor here and read what it says, huh? Here it is. Courageous dog saves child's life. Betty Bailey.
There's one thing you should know about this operation. It's almost never performed on dogs.
Well, why is that?
Yes, Frank, why?
Well, because in the cases of brain injuries to animals, 99 times out of 100, it's a lot more merciful if you just, well...
That doesn't apply to Lassie. We want everything done for her.
Paul, I've never performed an operation like this. As a matter of fact, there's only one man who has, as far as I can find out.
Who is he? What's his name?
Dr. Watkins. He's a research veterinarian connected with a state college.
Well, can't we get him on the phone?
That was my first thought, but I couldn't reach him. He's on his way to Lafayette to spend the Christmas holidays with his family.
What do we do?
Well, I can wait until tomorrow and see if her condition improves.
And if it doesn't, you'll have to perform the operation yourself.
You both know that I'll do my best. But you should also know that that might not be good enough.
Hi.
Well, something smells awfully Christmassy.
Yeah, and we ought to be thinking about getting that tree decorated. How about it, boy? You ready to start on the tree?
I would like to wait until Lassie can watch.
Well, just as you say, but you gotta have some place to put the presents, you know.
Timmy, maybe you could give me a hand stringing the popcorn and cranberries. And the string already. You put a piece of white popcorn and then a red cranberry. I used to love doing this when I was a little girl.
Say, it's almost time for the weather reports. I'll get the radio and bring it in here. Let's listen.
It will be generally fair in Capital City with the possibility of snow flurries in the late afternoon. And here's a news item for you good people of Kelverton. Lassie, the heroic collie who saved the 3-year-old daughter of Mr. and Mrs. John Bailey from being struck by a truck and was herself hit by the vehicle, is reported to be resting comfortably at the Martin farm outside of Kelverton. Every parent and every dog lover should say a little prayer for the recovery of this brave animal who is willing to give up her life to save a child. Greater love hath no animal. Here's a devout and heartfelt get well and Merry Christmas, Lassie, from all of us. The weather through the rest of the country is...
I guess just about everybody in the whole world heard that. Didn't they, Mom?
Yes, I guess they did. Just about everybody in the whole world. Of course. The radio.
What are you doing?
Oh, Jenny, could you please get me the radio station in Capital City right away? It's station KFQZ. Timmy.
I couldn't sleep.
Neither could I.
Can't I stay in here just a little while?
We'll both stay. I'll get a blanket for us.
Dear God, would you please get in touch with Santa Claus and tell him the only present I want is for Lassie to get well. Thank you. Amen.
Oh, Frank, come on in.
Hello, Ruth. Oh, hi, Frank. Jimmy. Any word from Dr. Watkins?
No, none.
I don't think we dare wait any longer.
How can we help, Frank?
Well, we'll have to use this as an operating room. Kitchen table will be all right.
Well, I'll get some sheets and some towels.
Fine.
You're gonna be all right, Lassie. 'Cause Doc Weaver loves you, and we all love you. And because I said a very special prayer last night.
This the Martin place?
Yes, sir. Are you Mr. Dr. Watkins?
I sure am. I've driven all night to get here.
Mom, Dad, Dr. Watkins is here. He got here.
I'm Dr. Weaver. We're glad you got here in time, Doctor.
You heard the broadcast then?
Yes.
This is Ruth and Paul Martin.
Hello, Doctor.
How do you do, sir?
How do you do?
Doctor, brief me on this, will you?
Well, she was hit by a truck. Here are the x-rays.
Folks, I'm sure it'll be much easier on your nervous systems if you wait in the other room.
We gotta make our Christmas wreaths, you know.
You remember this?
Yes, the night before Christmas, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It was the night before Christmas, when all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. Rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now, Dasher, now, Dancer. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night."
Well, that's all I can do.
She's a healthy dog. Maybe that'll carry her through.
How do you do?
Well, we finished.
Can I see her?
Sure you can.
Will she be all right?
She came through the operation all right. Now we'll just have to wait and see.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin, mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds quail,
Oh, Lassie, you're all right.
Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is
You made it a very Merry Christmas, Doctor.
Thank you.
Well, I'm glad to see that she's well. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
You did it, Dr. Watkins. You made her well. That's my best Christmas present. You're a real Santa Claus.
I'm glad I could do it, Timmy. And now I've got to go. I have 3 grandchildren who are expecting Santa Claus, and I want to be there.
Oh, Doctor, it was my little girl that Lassie saved, and I'd like to pay you for this wonderful thing you've done.
Well, thank you, but it wasn't entirely my skill. The prayers of these good people, the faith of a little boy, something more. At any rate, I've been paid in something far better than money.
Bless you, Doctor.
Goodbye. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Timmy.
Oh, it's going to be a wonderful Christmas after all. Merry Christmas, Paul.
Merry Christmas, dear.
Merry Christmas, Timmy.
Merry Christmas, Lassie. And a very Merry Christmas to all.
That's all right, Timmy. I'll finish the ice cream, and you can put the sign out now if you like.
Okay. Thanks, Lassie. Hi, Mrs. Martin.
Oh, hello,
Is
Boomer.
Timmy here?
He just went upstairs.
Company?
Mm-hmm.
Timmy. Hi, Boomer. Aren't you gonna play ball? You know I can't. Robin's coming. Oh, I forgot. That English kid. What's she doing? Fixing a bed for Robin's dog. What kind of a dog? Dad said they had a whole kennel of Great Danes. Great Danes? They're big. They sure are. Lassie, put it back where it belongs. Please. Think Robin will try out for the team? Dad said English people play cricket instead of baseball. Cricket? What kind of game's that? I don't know. Think they hide in bushes and chirp at each other? That's what crickets do. Dad stayed with his folks when he was stationed in England, so he's coming here for a visit.
How would you like to lick the beater?
I'll say. Okay.
Oh, here they are.
You can finish it, Boomer.
Come on.
I'll get his other things and take them on up.
Come on, Robin. Meet the rest of the family.
Oh, hello, Robin.
Howdy, Mrs. Martin.
Well, we're awfully glad you're going to be with us.
That's mighty white of you, Mom.
Timmy, meet Robin.
Hi, Robin.
What's cooking, old chap? We're going to be the best of pals, and I'm not just whistling Dixie.
Boomer. Why don't you introduce Boomer?
Come on. Boomer, I mean Ralph. This is Robin.
Hi. Put her there, Boomer.
Lassie wants to be friends, too.
My word, she's a beauty.
Hasn't anyone let that poor dog out of its crate yet? Excuse me, girl.
There, Basil. You'll be out in a minute. Relax, old boy. Relax.
Some Great Dane.
Go ahead, Basil. Lassie's making you welcome.
I'll bet Robin would like to see his room, Timmy.
Come on, Robin.
Hands across the sea. Better wash up, Timmy. Dinner in 5 minutes.
I'll leave the basin nice and clean.
Well, not much like London, is it, Robin?
It is rather different, sir.
I hope you know how very much we want you to have a good time here. Come to think of it, your mother said those very words to me.
Really, sir? I mean, no kidding?
I was so American and trying to be so British, and they were so British and trying to be so American.
It must have been deucedly uncomfortable.
It was, until we just got around to being ourselves. Would you mind saying grace tonight, Robin?
I think it'd be nice if you did.
We thank thee, Father, for this day. Help us tomorrow to do thy will. Breathe thy blessings on every heart in this household, and for what we are about to receive, our deepest thanks.
Thank you, Robin.
I can't make up my mind which is most delicious, or if it's a combined taste that make dinner so wonderful.
Just wait till she whips up her Virginia baked ham with candied yams.
Oh, if they're half as good as this.
Are you ready for seconds, Uncle Petrie?
I'm afraid I'll have to leave seconds to the younger generation.
Would you mind not smoking just yet, Uncle Petrie? This one's for Mrs. Martin. Mom wanted you to have this.
Oh, thank you very much.
This one's for Mr. Martin.
Thank you, Robin.
Here's Uncle Petrie's.
Well, now, thank you, boy.
And Timmy.
Thanks.
Well, what do you know? Reckon there's nothing to stop me from smoking now.
Say, these are just great.
Best pipe I ever owned.
My goodness, what beautiful embroidery.
And I'll bet Granny did them.
Indeed she did.
Oh, why, it's lovely. We must all write thank you notes right away.
Look what I got.
I'm looking.
Those are my school colors, Timmy. We're very proud of our colors at home.
I'm proud of them too, Robin. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Hiya, Boomer. Waiting for Timmy? Nah, he's walking up ahead. Hey, what is that? A girl? Well, not exactly. Come on, let's dive bomb them. Sure. It's Boomer. We always go to school together.
You and Lassie actually speak to each other, don't you?
Which came first, cricket or baseball?
Oh, we were playing cricket before America was a colony.
Do you think I could learn it?
I'd be happy to teach you.
Mom, we fed your brooders.
And Lassie wouldn't permit Basil to frighten them.
Oh? I thought you'd be with the other boys having fun.
We're having enough fun alone.
Tomorrow I'm going to teach Timmy how to play cricket.
Oh, well, would you like some fresh milk and chocolate cookies?
I was rather wishing for tea.
I'm not old enough for tea.
Neither am I, but at home this is tea time.
Well, here we call it snack time.
I like that expression, snack time.
I like tea time better. It makes me feel grown up.
Oh, come on.
We'll wash up first, Mom.
Well, shall I pour some milk for Boomer?
No, I don't think so. What do you call that old thing hanging around your neck?
It's a scarf. Like my cap, it's woven in my school colors. Wearing them is evidence of one's loyalty to his school. Yes?
I think we ought to have school colors, too. Yeah, black and blue.
Will you please be quiet? Are there any more questions?
The chap in the third row.
Why
Why do you wear those skinny little short pants? Perhaps to remind us that we are still children. Perhaps because exposure to the elements hardens one. Or perhaps we respect our fathers, who also wore skinny little short pants. The young lady in the second row?
My name is Wilhelmina.
Don't forget to give your address.
I won't, if you'll come and see me. So there. I wanted to know if you flew to America, or did you sail?
I bet you swam.
That's more than any of you fellas could do.
Before recess starts, I think we ought to thank Robin for his most interesting talk. Thank you, Robin. Ralph, will you and Bud come to the desk? The rest of the class may be excused.
Timmy, I'll give you a piece of my candy if you'll introduce me. Licorice? Okay.
I don't know what brought on this outburst of rudeness. Has Robin done something I should know about? Well, the three of us will talk it all out after school today. And tomorrow, too, if your manners do not improve immediately. All right.
God bless Mom, Dad, and Uncle Petrie, and Lassie, and God bless everybody. Amen. Excuse me for forgetting, and God bless Robin, too. And get Boomer and Bud to like him, 'cause Robin's my friend, too.
You sleep?
No, Dad.
How'd you get on with Robin today?
Well, we got along fine.
Man to man, do you think he'd rather go out with Uncle Petrie and me tomorrow or go to school with you?
I know I'd like to be with you.
And Robin?
I'm kind of mixed up.
Well, that happens to most of us one time or another.
Even grown-ups?
Especially grown-ups. Sometimes talking helps.
Well, Boomer and Robin are both swell kids.
Of course they are.
But they're different in a way. They talk different. They dress different.
Yes?
But does that matter so much?
The kids were making fun of Robin today, is that it? You're not mixed up, Timmy.
Well, someone is.
Once Boomer and the others understand Robin, they'll learn something you found out by yourself.
I hope so. What did I find out, Dad?
Oh, that it's not wrong or bad to be different. If you meet somebody halfway, you get to know each other, you can learn a lot from each other.
Oh.
Good night, son.
Good night, Dad. I'm still mixed up a little.
Push down the pedal and lock it right there. There you are. Bet you'll be running this thing forenoon.
Oh, that would be smashing.
You smash it and I'll tan your hide.
He means that would be swell.
Oh? Then why didn't he say so?
He did, in English. See you after school.
Righto.
Don't forget the cricket stuff.
Hi, Sean. Here, Basil.
Like to try it again? Hop up. Release that gear first.
Hi, Boomer. You sore? Oh, I had to stay after school. It's not my fault. Or Robin's. If you take his side, you're his friend, not mine. Can't a fella have two friends? You playing ball this afternoon? Maybe, after my cricket lesson. Come on, Lassie.
Now you tell me what the bowler does.
He tries to knock the sticks off the wicket.
And the batsman must protect the wicket by hitting your bowl. If he succeeds, he has to reach the other wicket safely.
Just like baseball.
Except that I must get there before the fielder can knock the sticks off the wicket.
Pretty complicated.
No, it isn't. Just have a go at it. You'll see. Well played, old chap.
Throw it in, bud. Give me the ball.
Try and get it. You're behaving shamefully. Kindly give me that ball. Sure. Ought to put your energies to better use, chum. Don't chum me.
Come on, Robin. Let's go back to the house.
We came here to play cricket. I won't let these bullies spoil our fun. Oh, you think you can stop us? It's about time somebody tried. Well, go ahead. Try. If you want it that way. Yeah, I want it that way.
Hey, that wasn't fair. Brother, help me. Oh, no, you don't. Gosh, Jimmy, I didn't mean to hit you. Try breathing, Timmy.
Uncle Petrie,
Yeah?
would you mind feeding them for me?
Sure, Ruth. Now get out of here. Go on back there. Come on. Get. Go on.
Basil? Come here, Basil. Come on. There you are now. Come on. You're a fine little doggy. Don't you let anybody tell you you're not.
What's he good for anyway? Always getting underfoot and scaring the brooders.
Don't pay any attention to Uncle Petrie. His bark is worse than his bite.
I know just how you feel.
Robin? Wouldn't you like to talk about it?
I've made Timmy lose all his friends.
Well, now, that's quite a trick. How did you manage it?
By being myself, I guess. They don't like me, and they don't like Timmy because he does.
Well, never having been a boy, I'm afraid this whole thing confuses me a little bit.
Even Basil can't get off on the proper foot. We've caused so much trouble. I think we do best to fly on to Toronto.
Oh, well, now, none of us here would like that at all.
I won't get any pleasure out of it either.
Well, if you did leave, don't you think that would be a little bit like running away?
They know I'm not a coward.
Boomer?
I think it was Bud.
Must have been a real Donnybrook.
Oh, it was all right. A real Donnybrook.
Well, I think you'll feel better after you've had a bath.
I don't know.
In any case, I think you owe it to Timmy to talk the whole thing out before you do anything drastic. First of all, though, you have a bath and a rest.
You're peaches, Mrs. Martin.
Mom! Dad! Robin! Mom! All the kids like Robin now. They want to be pals. Robin, wait until you hear... Mom! Dad! He was pinned up there on the welcome sign.
He's gone to the airport.
Gee, just when the fellas got to like him. They even wanted to learn how to play cricket.
And he thought he was being a nuisance.
We ought to go after him.
Come on. Well, if he cut across the field, he'd pass pretty close to here.
Oh, dear, if anything has happened to him...
Come on, Timmy. We'll take Lassie and scout around. There's a wagon path further over. Pick us up there.
We've got to find Basil, Lassie. He ran away with Robin.
Come on, Timmy.
Lassie found him, I bet.
Over there.
You shouldn't.
I didn't leave because of you, Timmy. It was because of what I was doing to you. Making you lose all your pals.
I've got something to tell you.
And I think you'll like it. Come on home, Robin.
Well bowled, Timmy.
You're not just a whistling Dixie, chum. Now, why can't they do this between innings in baseball?
I don't know, but I sure wish they would.
You always think of good ideas, Boomer. Try to think of one now. Well, we could go into business and be partners. Yeah, we could. But what kind of business? Well, we could make other kids pay a nickel to watch Lassie do some of her tricks. No. Lassie's no show-off. to show off. What's she doing now? Lassie! Lassie, what are you doing? Must be fleas. Lassie never gets fleas. Then it's ticks. Mike's full of them this time of year. Lassie's never acted like this before. It must be something worse. Let's find out. I'll start up here, and you start down there. And we'll meet in the middle. Not so fast. You'll miss it. I found something. I knew Lassie wasn't showing off. She was in trouble. It's a ladybug. Ladybugs are lucky bugs. Maybe we're gonna be lucky. Ladybug, ladybug, fly away home. Your house is on fire and your children are gone. All except one. Can't wish out loud if we want our wish to come true. And we gotta make a wish before it flies away if we want to be lucky. Wonder why it doesn't fly away. Hey, maybe it's dead. No, it's not dead. It's moving. There's a bunch here. I bet Lassie will be glad I'm getting them off. 3, 4, 5, 6. Gee, there's about 12 here. 8, 9, 10. What are you doing that for? So nobody will step on him. Do you think we're both wishing the same thing? Well, if you're wishing we're gonna be partners, uh-oh. Fast. I just can't get it.
Need any help, Ruth?
No, thanks. I'll be through in a jiffy.
Good. Well, it sure looks like somebody needs some help.
I'm all mixed up. I knew the adding ones, but I can't get this takeaway one. Will you help me, Uncle Petrie?
Well, now, if you was to ask me how to trap a wild bear, I could tell you, but, maybe you better ask your ma. She's the one that does the figuring around here.
All right. Which is the one that's giving you trouble? Well, now, let me see. I just might learn something myself. Well...
Say anything in there about how to get rid of those aphid pests on our apple trees?
The usual suggestions.
John Garrett says we're in for a real siege. Worst this county's seen in 50 years.
What's he doing about it?
And he won't say. When it comes to giving out useful information, John's close as a clam.
Well, I know what I'm going to do to save our apple trees.
There now. That wasn't so hard, was it?
I know how to do it now. Gee, you're smart, Mom.
Well, thank you.
Being a scientific farmer, I reckon you'll hire one of those newfangled crop-dusting contraptions, huh?
You reckon wrong. They're too expensive. I'm using ladybugs.
Well, I'll be gall darned. You know something? Ladybugs is what I would have used.
Gee, Dad, how can ladybugs save your apple trees?
By eating up the aphids that are eating up the apple trees. Ladybugs live on aphids.
They'd rather eat aphids than ice cream and cake.
They would?
Save your crops nature's way. Use ladybug pest control on aphids. Write today for your order. $10 a gallon prepaid Bill Newton, Constant, California.
You mean people sell ladybugs?
They certainly do.
They make a mighty good living at it, too.
$10 a gallon for a bunch of little old ladybugs? Hear that, Lassie?
Well, considering how many ladybugs there are to a gallon.
How many?
Let me see. 7,500 to a quart. Shouldn't Timmy figure that out, counting it as part of his homework?
We haven't come to quarts and gallons yet.
Well, since you're the mathematician of the family, Ruth, how many?
Well, there are 4 quarts in a gallon, and 4 times 7,500 is, that's 30,000.
And that should be more than enough to protect our apple orchard.
30,000? How many ladybugs would it take to save one apple tree, Dad?
Well, if they're all ladybugs, which are larger than gentlemen ladybugs, and they all lay eggs, and the eggs all hatch, about a dozen, I'd say. Yes, with all those babies, 12 would do it.
Well, don't count your ladybugs before they're hatched. It's Timmy's bedtime. Come on, off to bed with you now. Good night. You too, Lassie.
Night, Dad. Night, Uncle Petrie.
Good night, boy.
Good night, dear.
Good night, son.
Night, everybody. 30,000 ladybugs in a gallon. Gee whiz. God bless Mom, Dad, and Uncle Petrie, and Lassie, and all the ladybugs, and keep them safe so they can save Dad's apple trees. Amen. Think you're still there, Lassie? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're all here. But don't you suppose they'd wake up like all the other animals? What's the matter, Lassie? They can't hurt you as long as they're on the bench. They look awful big to me. Can you tell if they're ladybugs? Dad says they're the biggest. Take a look, Lassie.
What's she doing up so early?
What's he doing up so early? Ladybugs? Where'd you find them?
Well, I didn't exactly. Lassie sort of picked them up. That Boomer and I could find more in the woods. And if we found a gallon of them, you could pay us $10 instead of sending it to those folks in California. We want to go into the business.
Breakfast is ready, and school won't keep. What's the mysterious confab about?
Timmy wants to go into the ladybug business.
Oh, well, that's quite an undertaking.
You betcha. You gotta know when and where and how. That is, unless you can find them while they're still hibernating.
What's hibernating?
Oh, hibernating means sleeping through the winter, like bears do. Only difference is ladybugs sleep together. Thousands of them in one spot.
That's what these ladybugs are doing. That's why they were so quiet and didn't fly away, isn't it?
I understand it takes several weeks of warm weather to thaw them out and make them active enough to fly again. Isn't that so, Paul?
Boomer and I better get started right after school.
Well, it wouldn't harm none to let them try, Paul. It's been a cool spring, and there's bound to be thousands of ladybugs still hibernating under rocks and leaves and hollow tree stumps hereabouts.
Well, who'll clean them off the leaves?
Takes a lot of patience, Timmy.
Well, I'm willing to volunteer.
Please let us, Dad.
You never give up, do you? All right, since you're so determined.
Good. Well, now that's settled. Would you three gentlemen please do me the honor of joining me at breakfast? And even businessmen don't go to school in their bathrobes.
I'll get dressed real fast, Mom.
Got to set a deadline, though. You've got to deliver the goods by Monday, otherwise I've got to send my order to those folks in California.
No, you won't, Dad. I wish it was afternoon already, so Boomer and I could start our business. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Timmy.
Bye, boy.
Bye.
Well, work to be done.
More coffee? You don't really expect him to come back with 30,000 ladybugs now, do you?
Confidentially, whether they find the ladybugs or not doesn't matter. What's gratifying is Timmy's reason for wanting to do it.
Well, that's what puzzles me. Why is he so anxious?
Because he's beginning to grow up. He wants to go into business for himself. What do you think of your independent son?
Well, I'm very proud of him.
Ouch, that hurts. Why does it have to be so tight?
So they won't tickle you to pieces when you start scooping them into these bags.
How will we know when we have a gallon?
Oh, no need to worry about that. If you find them, just keep on scooping and your fortune's made.
We almost forgot to tie up Lassie.
Oh, dogs don't like to be bound up, do they, Lassie? Yeah, there you are. Good luck and good hunting.
It's up to you, Lassie. Help us start our business. They can't be around here, because Uncle Petrie said they sleep under rocks and stumps. And there are no rocks or stumps around here. Is this where you found them, girl? See? She remembers where they are. Is this where you found them, girl? You know where we are, Boomer? Right in the middle of Dad's north field. We just came from here.
thought you said Lassie's the best tracking dog in the world.
She is.
Then why's she tracking in circles?
I don't know.
Looks like she doesn't want to find the ladybugs for us.
Well, if Lassie doesn't want to find those ladybugs, she must have a good reason. But I still think she's the smartest dog in the world.
You're right, she is. Lassie went in that direction, didn't she? Well then, since people should be smarter than dogs, and we're people, why shouldn't we go back where we started?
You mean, since Lassie's so smart, she was leading us away from the ladybugs?
Sure she was.
Come on, Lassie. Come on, girl.
I told you so, didn't I?
There's some on the leaves, too.
We're in business.
That tree stump where they got the ladybugs was on my side of the property line.
No sense getting all riled up, Never Garrett. They're telling me, did the fence zig or did it zag, or who should have mended it? Being strictly a backwoodsman, I never did get the straight of thine or mine or who's right away. So I'm just gonna keep on cleaning these pretty little bugs for whose ever orchard. So Paul tells me where to put them.
I'm telling you, those bugs belong in my orchard. You thought you could get away with it just because that stump where I put them stands in property that we're disputing.
Now, look here, John. What's this all about? Now, let's start from the beginning.
Well, whether you did or whether you didn't, it's the same difference. Would I have spent all that money shipping ladybugs from California just so I could start next year's breeding batch for you?
No, I don't think you would.
You thought you'd get away with it just because that stump where I put them stands on property we're disputing.
Gosh, Lassie, I didn't know that was Mr. Garrett's field. I can't let Dad take the blame for something I did, can I? If Dad gives back those ladybugs, Dad's apple trees won't be saved. You really want to help, don't you? Even if I didn't know they belonged to Mr. Garrett, we still have to replace those ladybugs, don't we, Lassie? You're not gonna back out on me again, are you? This is your last chance. Are you coming with me, or do I have to go alone? Okay, if that's the way you want it.
Threatening you like that, going off in a huff. Stubborn, ornery old fool.
Yeah, but the joke's on him. John doesn't know that ladybugs like to try out their wings first before settling down to eat. So if he'd put them in his apple trees tomorrow, as he said he was going to do, most of them would have flown away. Maybe to our orchard, maybe elsewhere.
Yeah. Timmy did him a favor by bringing the ladybugs over here.
Only John didn't give me a chance to tell him.
I better check the irrigation.
Where's Timmy?
I don't know. The Lassie came through here a few minutes ago.
Probably on some Secret Service mission Timmy's got cooked up.
Lassie! Lassie! Lassie, where are you? Here, girl. I'm here. I can't, Lassie. I gotta find those ladybugs. Gosh! Oh, boy! Thanks, Lassie. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Now everybody's apple trees are saved.
And so, when I took all those ladybugs to John Garrett, and he saw he had more than he'd bought in the beginning...
What'd he say?
He said next year he's gonna buy all his ladybugs from Timmy.
Don't worry, Lassie. We're not in the ladybug business anymore.